I don't own any of the music that's playing, but there's music playing. Somehow I thought there's music playing. I don't know. It's music playing. Is there music playing? There's no music playing. Why am I not playing music? Why would I not play music at a time like this? That's so weird that I would just not. I wouldn't play any music. I was supposed to be playing something. You know what I'm saying? Just why wouldn't I play anything? I wouldn't play anything. That's so weird. I wasn't ready for this. I was just gonna talk about sports for a solid, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, and then just be like, peace. Hope you watch again like next week. I don't know. That's what I thought. That was the plan. Yeah, see, there you go. I don't own this. Don't claim any of this. Welcome to my channel, Sportslogic Live. Hey, let's get it. Oh, it's been a long ordeal. I had this on Instagram years ago. Part of me thinks I should have just had it back on Instagram, but you got to do what you got to do. So, I'm your host with the most, try not to boast, Johvin Canada. Wearing the Lions gear all the time. I need a new shirt because this one's fading. But yeah, it is what it is. Wow, that's really my intro. That's wild. Why do put the light on my? Can you hear on my face? Cool. This is my first episode, by the way, because I'm learning as to just wing it, and just go along with it and see what happens. So, welcome to the channel. Today I'm gonna just talk about stuff. I'm gonna talk about the most recent sports stuff, any type of breaking news. It's gonna be right here, live, right in your face, with my face. There you go. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I'm gonna just talk about that, and we can see where it goes from there. Going down the list, a little stuff about me. Of course, I'm 30 years old, as you can see with the backwards hat and the mustache goatee combo. Again, I don't own any of the music. Please don't sue me. I don't have any money. So yeah, don't do that. But yeah, that's where I am with this. I tried to do this I didn't try to do this on Instagram. I had a little, the quick pages, the quick video, on Instagram before I ended up deleting the Instagram account and stuff. So wanted to see where that was gonna go. It went nowhere. At the same time. Excuse me. I've been working for the past forever, past few years, and it's been really difficult for me to get this out. Just a full live stream video of whatever to just, talk about sports for whatever reason. I just wanted to, because that's all you want to do, really. You want to talk about your passions. One of my passions is talking about sports, so that's what I want to do. And that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan. I don't own any of the music. Please don't sue me. Please don't sue me. I really don't have any money. I don't have any money. If y'all are, I'm gonna sue him. I was just trying to play some music so it's not just my voice. I just, play something in the background so I'm not just, sitting here spewing out sports facts over and over, and then nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing. So yeah. Yeah. I tried to do this on TikTok too, but they don't have. They do have a live, but it's weird. It's a weird. You gotta find it or have a bunch of followers. crazy in and of itself. I gotta have this many followers to have this many people to have this many, you know, whatever, this much, whatever, and just, talk about sports for a solid hour. It's, I thought I could branch out and just do that. No, nope, can't do that. Gotta keep it pushing. That's the only way to do that. Woo. So I've been talking for 5 minutes already. So this is how you know that I love to do this. This is Sportslogic was a whole ordeal. It was just an idea that I came up with years ago, and so many people just they helped me out with posters. They kept giving me motivation to keep trying it and keep seeing where it's gonna go from here. So this is only the latest venture. Hey, put it on YouTube, see what happens. Who watches it, and whatever. Who comments, everything. All that stuff. So yeah, this is the latest ordeal. It's been so long. I don't know why it's taken me forever to do this. I should have done this years ago when I had a few fans, and then boom. I didn't think about doing that. I don't know why. So yeah, today I'm gonna talk about everything in sports. Whatever happens that's breaking news, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna have my reactions. Of course, it's not gonna be like a really short video cut off. That's my reaction cut off, and then I don't know. You don't hear from me for a few weeks. I'll do this once a week. I go on live. There you go. Just talk about sports and just ramble. There you go. And see where it takes me. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the ultimate, the goal. Because I am just so passionate about sports that I want to share my passions with you, the fan of either my show or sports or whatever. If you want to get involved, get into the chat, say a few words. If you don't like my reactions, let me know. Go in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Don't just be one of those, watch and then leave and then now I don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just I love this. So I love it, and I share my passions with you, the fan of the show. And that's the plan. Isn't it? That was always the plan. Boom. There you go. I'm gonna just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I feel like doing, This took me forever. This alone by itself just took me. This took so long, and I don't know where I'd be without this right now. I'm just a kid talking about sports. That's all, as you can see, because I love sports. Sports is in basketball, football, college football. Sometimes baseball. I watch Little Detroit Tigers. Hockey. I watch the Red Wings from time to time. To be honest, I'm not. I don't watch it all the time. I don't watch every game. But hey, I rep Detroit, so I watch Detroit. Only team I don't like in Michigan is the Wolverines. So hey, that's not on me. That's how I was brought up. So don't go slandering me in my comments, bro. How are you from Michigan and you don't like Michigan? It happened. I was an emotional kid. I watched Michigan State, and they were so tough, and so they were winning, even if it was like little bowl games here and there, a national championship in basketball. They were just winning, and I just kept watching, and it just stuck with me. Plus, I like the color green, so there you go. I watch, and I kept watching, and it was fun, and that's how you get from that. I'm gonna talk about the Baylor men's and women's national championship. Baylor men's national champion, and also the women, Stanford women's national championship. Congratulations to both of those teams. Congratulations. Fans still throwing trash for the Astros. You know, they still throwing trash cans on the field. Hey, you guys are still cheating. Like, they're not still cheating. I think. I mean, I don't. I can't vouch for them, but maybe not. No, they're not. I don't think so. The Paul Pierce insanity. I'm gonna talk about that. What? He got fired for chilling? I don't understand. He got fired on his day off. I don't know. It's just this is my opinion. I don't know. Rangers playing at full capacity during a pandemic. That's why would you do that? Why would you? Okay. Reactions to the Sam Darnold trade and the latest in the NFL, everything, and just some other stuff to bring up. Just like just to talk about any breaking news, any type of open forum. It's an open forum. You know what I'm saying? It's not like me constantly talking about this one team or my team because I love. You know me, and you listen to me before. I love talking about my teams: the Pistons, the Lions, the Red Wings, the Tigers, the Michigan State Spartans, the Eastern Michigan Eagles, somewhat. But I got to keep it spread out. I can't just talk about one team, talk about this team. It seems a little biased. That's a little heavy. Don't nobody want to listen. It's fine. So that's the plan, and I'll be all whatever. First off, Baylor men's basketball national champions. Congratulations. Woo! Woo, what a season. What a season. Y'all beat the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Weren't they undefeated? That's pretty tough to go through a whole undefeated season. So I kind of understand why that you were just, you went through the undefeated season and it was just, it was pretty tough to have that consistency game in and game out. And they went through the entire season thinking, hey, this is our chance, this is our opportunity. They were the number one overall seed, and they made it to the national championship game. So that's that's pretty respectful. It's just you want to win it all. That's what that's what you hope to do. That was the plans. And then all be all. You will just get to that point, get to that level, and then win a championship. It would be like, yo, why would you not win a championship? That's crazy. But yeah, I was at work. Unfortunately, I had to work last night, so I couldn't exactly watch the game. But I heard they were going off. It was a lot of threes, a lot of great defense. I think the final was 86-70. Kind of shut them down defensively, and that's what I like to see in a college basketball game because a lot of the college games, they're really high octane, really sprint up and down court, defense, layups, dunks, threes, so on and so forth. Really fast paced. So it's good to see some defense out there. It's good to see that's what wins you the championship. That's what wins you any type of gold whatsoever, is playing really great defense. And that's tops. That's the reason you go through all that. Stanford women's basketball national champions. Congratulations. I wish it was more media coverage. There was a lot of media coverage with the whole women's basketball was it incident with them not having enough weights, or what was it, one set of racked weights and then some yoga mats. Pretty crazy. A lot of it just doesn't, they tell me about it, ESPN does, but it's only on ESPN. I don't know why it's not on national television. I think women's sports should be on national television. Am I right? Am I wrong on that? Just throw something on ABC, CBS, Fox, something, besides just excuse me, besides just and only just men's basketball. Don't just, you know, you got all this men's basketball and you play, and, you know, it's just, come on. Come on. I want to watch women's basketball, especially the future WNBA stars. They go to the WNBA and they're champions within the next like 2 to 3 years as stars. And a lot of times they're just, figuring it out, like how to play like in the pros versus playing in college. And that's great for a lot of teams. That's great for a lot of players as well. So that's what I want to see. You develop into a star through this way or this way, and it works in the end. Yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. A lot of key moments and key plays. Of course, I wish I could give you highlights. I'm not gonna edit this video, so you just have to trust on word of mouth and YouTube, of course, because YouTube has the highlights of the game. So I probably just watched that. So yeah, that's the whole ordeal on that. Can we talk about the fans still throwing trash on the Astros field? They will never live that down. Major League Baseball, you'll never live that down, man. For real, you'll never live that down. Houston, and I just gotta, man, you'll never live that down. Cheating is cheating, but the way you cheated, they'll keep reiterating that. Just keep bringing that back up and saying stuff like, hey, well, remember when that team cheated? Like, it's going to be years later. Remember when that team cheated for that last title? They win another championship. Clean, mind you. Clean. They don't do anything wrong. They don't bring it up. Nothing is brought up, and then somebody's throwing trash cans on the field. Wild. I've never seen that before, mind you. Like somebody was throwing trash cans on a baseball field. They're never going to let that go. A lot of teams got screwed out of that process. You beat a lot of good baseball teams and on route to the championship, and then you win the championship, and then all this extra information comes out about a guy drumming on a trash can. What? How do you even cheat doing that? That's like me I'm hooping and I'm calling a play and I just hit the wall. Just, hey. You about to shoot. Like, why are you hitting the wall? Like, what does that do? I don't know what that does. But, yeah, that's just crazy. I don't know how do you pull that off? And then they pulled it off, and then they won a title, and they just looked, of course, a few people, they said, a few people, they were upset about it, of course. And you would think like this, like sooner or later they're over it. It's been a few years, a pandemic's happened, it's crazy in and of itself. And you look up and no, they're still talking about this. Like, what do you mean? We were supposed to let this go? No, we're not letting this go. You cheated. You're still cheating. Because now they're winning games clean. They're never gonna let that go. So, okay. I don't know why that just happened. That's wild. I don't know why that just happened. My phone's acting weird. I love that. Okay. Did it again. Cool. Sweet. Great. Mm-mm-mm. We just won't let that go. Don't let it go. Just keep talking about it. Yeah. Uh, 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 uh. And this my says who snitched on the Astros. That's wild. How do you just snitch on them? That's cheating. That's not snitching unless somebody was involved. Mike Fears, the Major League Baseball pitcher who was a whistleblower in the Houston Astros sign stealing scheme, he said that he has received death threats. Whatever, I don't care. That's a real ballsy play to be like, oh, nah, I don't care about that. Why? I care about that for? Like, you cheated. You know, it's like you were cheating. Why were you cheating? You thought this was just gonna be cool? That we were gonna be cool with this? That's wild. He got death threats for that. Death threats in baseball? Who even watches baseball besides me and a few others? I wouldn't say I watch it. I watch the highlights of the Tigers. So I watch highlights of my favorite team in a league that I don't watch, except for the highlights of said team. And that's pretty much it on that. That's pretty much it on that. That's the same with the Red Wings too. I don't even watch I watch like the games for Red Wings. There was one time that I did watch a Stanley Cup playoff game, and it was pretty lit. That was awesome. That was an awesome game. It went in overtime. We were all cheering. Most of us were drunk. It was actually all of us were drunk. I wasn't even supposed to be watching. I was just in the building and I was upstairs and they were like, "Hey, you wanna come? You wanna drink this beer?" And I was like, "Bet." And we just watched this. We just watched like the rest of the game, which was wild. I was like, "Yo, what? Wow, why did I just do that?" And it was a pretty good night. He got death threats. Can we talk about other sports where you got death threats? Ohio State got death threats. Somebody in Ohio State got death threats. Like NFL players get death threats. What is first just sports? Like stop that. Don't do that anymore. I don't know who decides on that. Like that's just death threats. I'm gonna threaten your life. Like why? Over a game? Like let it go. It is not that serious. Man, it's not that serious. Dog. Man, it is really not that serious. And that's worst case. You sitting back and you playing your ass off for whatever team you're on and you get death threats. That's a whole nother level. That is a whole nother level. Why would you do that? So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. Death threats. Chill that out. Don't do that. That's weird. So you just gonna fall behind me? Cool. The very next topic I have. Paul Pierce fired from ESPN for having a good time. I couldn't make this story up if I tried. Number one, it's so random. People are just chilling. It's a regular weekend. I think it happened on a weekend. Regular weekend. Everybody's kicking it. You know, we're watching sports, just, you know, NCAA tournament, hockey, NBA, you know, just UFC fights too. And then out comes an NBA legend going on Instagram Live and just being like, hey, here go me and all of these strippers. Like, why? Why? I don't understand that. Why would you do that? Just all these strippers on Instagram. And it wasn't like, you know, he went overboard, because he could have easily went overboard and that's the reason he got fired. Like, that could have been like, okay, yeah, I can understand why you got fired, because clearly you're bugging. We just wanted you to be an NBA analyst for ESPN, and you off on weekends doing whatever in the middle of a pandemic. And that was bad in and of itself. But, you know, there's a small part of me, like a very, very small, like minute part, small, minute, very, very small. Because even though you showed your ass, and you showed your ass, there's a part of me that goes, he was just having a good time. He wasn't doing nothing unnecessary. He wasn't doing no crazy stuff. But, you know, to get it from Instagram to Twitter, an adult site is offering $250,000 to host an NBA show with exotic dancers. Like, I was like, what? Is this the times we're living in? I guess these are the times we're living in now, you know, with the pandemic and stuff and people just wilding. That's, you know, bro, I just.
Things coming, baby. Don't worry about it. You fall twice, you get up 3 times. You know, just always remember to smile, baby. I'm good. I'm good.
I can't even take him serious. Y'all can take him serious. I can't even take him serious. Look at him.
Check it out.
I can't take him serious. This same dude, I used to watch him who play basketball, you know, all the time. Just, I can't take him serious. Look at that.
I'm good. I'm good. Understand me? Yo, just want to thank all my supporters. I want to thank my haters and everything. Look, check it out. Bigger and better things coming, baby. Don't worry about it. You fall twice, you get up 3 times. You know, just always remember to smile, baby. I'm good. I'm good.
You ever see like the social media dude that just be, this was what he does every day? Like every time, this is what he does every day. He don't, you know, just smile, baby. You know, you got it. You be all right. Just, you know, like, what are you? Who are you motivating? Like, I don't. Who are you motivating with this? I don't understand. Who are you motivating with this, sir? I don't have any clue on why you did this. And then you put a response video out, and it wasn't even like to apologize. Hey, I'm sorry for having all these exotic dancers. And I think he was drunk. My favorite part, I think he was drunk. That's like, bro. That's what. They really just fired him just for that. You know, they fired him, and of course they was gonna fire him. It's ESPN. Like, if they found out you wilding, then I don't know. They find out you wilding and they giving you money. Like if I was hired by ESPN, I wouldn't do nothing. Like outside of ESPN and going to work and do what I'm supposed to do. Here's me on ESPN talk about this topic, whatever. And for you to just be like, you went on live? I don't even go on live on Instagram. That's risky because everybody on Instagram for real. And that's just wild in and of itself that you would just go on Instagram live. Like as a celebrity too. And the first thing you see is Paul Pierce and a bunch of women. Like that's I can't even take him serious. They still hate Ray Allen too. Like that's all this hate towards Ray Allen, and you did this. Like, hey dog, I'm Paul Pierce. Here go all these Why would you do that? On the flip, he didn't do nothing out of pocket. It wasn't like he was really showing his ass. He was having a good time, too much of a good time, and just said, hey, though, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look at her. Look at her though. Like, why would you do that? why would you put yourself in that? No. Why would you do that? I remember the Boston days too, man. Them battles was great. Those battles were great. But ever since him becoming an ESPN analyst, he was just ESPN and NBA analyst. Paul Pierce bugging like that. That dude is terrible take after terrible take after terrible take, and now you just saying the most out of pocket stuff and then going on live on Instagram with all of these exotic pictures. I ain't judging you because, hey, I do something like that too. A few drinks, knock a few drinks back. I'm kicking it with people. I just don't go on live. Except for Sportslogic Live. Thank you for watching. Cool, sweet, great. But yeah, that's wild. It's still fun to this day, man, because everybody's just remixing the video now, and they sending me videos. I don't do that. I see it on not on Facebook. I see it on Instagram a lot, and I'm reposting it, and it's just wild, man. It's a wild video. What do you even do with that? What do you do with this now? Like, what do you do after this? You really got fired from ESPN for this. Like, what do you do after this? Because going to another sports station, they don't look back on this and be like, nah. Like you really thought that you was, about to just come in here and get hired. No, you did that, and that's why ESPN fired you. Like, we don't want you doing this on our dime. We don't want you to do that. That's wild. No, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. That is not what we're doing, Mr. Pierce. We are not doing that. So yeah, I really be looking at it too, like, what is he doing? Like, and clearly he looked drunk, so. But hey, we've all been there, am I right? All right, I'm gonna take a little break, get some water, and I'll be back. Just a small break. Actually, I'm gonna just go get water. Just listen to the music, all right? Again, I don't own any of this, so don't sue me. All right, just listen to the music. I'll be back. I gotta get some water. My goodness. Ow. Oh man. Ooh. Paul Pierce, man. Ain't no. I can't take it serious, man. Paul Pierce, dog, really? That's wild, my dog. Why would you even do that? Why would you put yourself in that position? That's a wild position to put yourself in. That's a wild position to put yourself in. That is just, that's wild in and of itself. And looking back on it now, it's like, what was that for? Now he getting huge deals from adult companies and stuff because he just wanted strippers around him. But I mean, ain't nobody gonna take you serious if you sit here and talk about and talk about sports now with a stripper next to you, or some exotic dancer. I'm gonna just be like, oh, that's Paul Pierce was there. I didn't even see him. Paul Pierce was there. I didn't even see him. That's wild. Come on, man. Like, what is that? What is that, bro? Come on. That is wild. Remember when he was hitting them clutch threes in Boston and Washington, and now look at him. Former ESPN, formerly on ESPN. Here you go. Remember? No, formerly on ESPN. All right. Let's talk about this crazy pandemic that we've been going through over this past year. Rangers played at full capacity yesterday. Why? Full capacity? Hey, 2021 is attacking Texas for real. And that's just crazy. That's crazy in and of itself. I have breaking news. Former Rockets guard Ben McLemore has signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. They win the title. It's like, no. I mean, maybe, but, LeBron and AD got to come back. Oh, man, But let's talk about the Rangers playing at full capacity. Why? What was, like, and the Rangers ain't even a good team in Texas. Like, that's not even the best. Imagine being a Major League Baseball team in Texas, right? And you got 2 teams? Could be wrong. It might be 3. I don't know. There's a lot of baseball teams. But all I do know is Houston, and then there's the Texas Rangers. So the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. The Houston Astros just want to mind you, yes, I understand. Please don't yell at me. I know it was cheating. They cheated. Oh, they cheated. It's still a championship, okay? They still got it. They still got custody of that title. So, and then the Texas Rangers, who have been a roller coaster. Like, you don't know what who's on your team. Every year it's the same. Like, it's not even, no. It's different players, different star players. Y'all keep making trades. Y'all haven't a good season in a while. I think the last time I remember the Texas Rangers having a decent season, they had Prince Fielder. That was a few years ago. That was a few years ago. That was years ago. Gee, that's... And now during this pandemic, which people, of course, we have expressed the illness the virus, the severity. Now people are getting vaccines. People are getting excited, but at the same time, they're making like the wrong decisions. Hey, we're just gonna reopen everything. Why though? Not everyone has the vaccine like that. Shout out to the scientists who made the vaccine. By the way, I got the first part of one, Moderna. So that dude was right. He was like, "It sounds like murder. Why would you have the Moderna vaccine?" All I did was, hey, I looked it up. And she told me, she's like, "Hey, your arm might be swollen, or not swollen, but your arm you might get some muscle pain," which I deal with because I lift, baby. So, but yeah, that was something I got over like fairly quick. I got over that really fast. I got over that really quick. So, but I'm still wearing a mask, still socially distancing. I have a shirt that says "ill people." I have another shirt that says "antisocial" now. I haven't been out to like a bar to like have a good time in like over a year. Mainly because of weather, but you don't want, it's weather, it's the pandemic, you don't want to catch it. I'm standing outside all night. That's not fun. Nobody wants that. I just want to know why a team like the Texas Rangers thought it would be a great idea to have, and in the beginning of the season, mind you. So mind you, the rest of the season is going to go on, and it's not even going to be that packed again unless they're making the playoffs. That's the most confusing part of it. Unless you make the playoffs, unless you go to the World Series, you're never going to have that level of capacity again for this baseball team. So why would you have full capacity for this baseball team, who stinks, by the way? I'm gonna look up their record because I really don't think they're that good. If they're not good, it's only been like 2 to 3 games. The season just started like a few days ago. Yeah, it's the 6th. The season started on the 1st. Let me see guys, they're 1-3. They're 1-3, and you had full capacity at your game? Why? Why would you have full capacity at a baseball game during a pandemic for a team that sucks? So it's your team sucks, and you're risking everyone's health. Am I seeing something wrong here? Like this? Why? Why would you do this? What is the intent? What is the end game? What is the end game here? That's dumb. That's the craziest. I don't understand. Oh man, that is the craziest. That's the craziest thing ever. Why would you put yourself in that position to be like, oh yeah, we love our fans, and we know we're opening everything. We know it's a pandemic, but we think we're kind of over it. We're really tired of just living like this, masks and social distancing. It's like, bro, you are on your own on that one, because we went through multiple surges during this entire pandemic. The last California went through it the most. New York went through it. I'm from Michigan. Michigan went through it before. Luckily, by the grace of God, I haven't gotten it. I wore my mask everywhere, 6 feet, sanitizer, washed my hands like crazy. Those first few days were wild. We were on lockdown. That was, man. Those were some crazy days. No work. I wasn't getting paid. One of my jobs closed. Another job fired me. Nah. I wasn't getting unemployment. I didn't have no money. Then that first stimulus check went through, and we were like, yeah, for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we were like, yeah, I'm about to buy some stuff. And then, nope. Poof, that's gone. Ain't nothing. That's, some people was a lot less. They as soon as they got that money, they blew it all. They was like, how much is it? Hey, let me get that horse. Can you give me that? Can you give me that horse over there? It's like, sir, you only have $1,200. No, let me get the horse. I want the horse. What horses eat? Carrots. I'm gonna give them a bunch of carrots. I'm like, okay. But back to the Texas Rangers, man. I don't. Why? Your team is 1-3, bro. Why? Why? Your team suck. Your team sucks, and you risked everyone's health. What was the end game? What do you get from this? Because if another surge happened, and I pray to God that it doesn't, but if another surge happens, it's gonna be Texas. So again, what was the end game? What was the? I don't know. What was the end game there? I don't understand it. I don't get it. What do you gain from this? I don't understand. I don't get why they did that. And then, you just go through and you go through and it's just, all bad. And you hope that we've been dealing with this pandemic for a little over a year, and you hope that at some point it just gets better. Vaccines, people are less and less getting it, social distancing, all that stuff, but we just don't want to deal with this anymore. It's been an insane year. It's been an insane year, especially for me. Do you want to know what I've been through over the last year? When the pandemic dropped, I was working 2 jobs, and I was talking to a lovely lady. I now currently have 1 job. I am not talking to anyone. And yeah. Forgot. I moved to a completely different state for a job that I don't have anymore. So I don't have this job anymore, and I moved to a completely different state. That's wild, to say the least. That is wild. That's wild in and of itself. Again, I don't own this music. I just have music on. I was listening to the music. I was like, wow, that's a good song, I don't want somebody to sue me. 1, because I don't have anything to give you. I have this water. This isn't even mine. Like, this isn't even mine. All right. Let's talk about some NFL. First things first, Deshaun Watson. Some people have talked about the whole situation. A couple of plaintiffs speak out. Ashley, according to Bleacher Report, cite your sources, Ashley Stolis and Lauren Baxley come forward as plaintiffs in Deshaun Watson lawsuits. Solace. I'm not afraid anymore. It's not looking good for your boy. This is beyond football. It's one thing we were all like rooting for Deshaun Watson. Hopefully we were just, he was being really done wrong by the brass in the Houston Texans organization. Only for this to come out. all of this, like 22 women. I'm not taking any sides. We got to go through the cases, but it looks bad, and it especially looks bad if you're paying them off. It's like if they have no evidence, you have no reason to pay them off. I'm just saying, if they have no evidence, if they can prove, like, it wasn't me, I didn't do that, like, but it looks bad when you're a millionaire and you've worked so hard to, make all this money for yourself, and then you're paying off people because of some bad stuff that you may or may not have done. That looks bad. That overall looks bad, and it's gonna look bad. That it just looks bad overall. It just looks terrible. It looks, man, sheesh. And what a time for that to come out too. Again, not taking sides. I'm not for him. I'm not against him. I'm neutral because there's got to be a case, maybe multiple cases, I don't know, and all this information comes out, and either he's innocent or he's guilty. Again, not taking sides. No sides being taken on that. That's just that. I wish I could comment on it more. But I'm just like you guys. I figured it out, or not figured it out. I heard about it the same time as everyone else did. There's a lot of people on Twitter, free my boy Deshaun, he ain't do it. That's your opinion. And you can have your opinion, but you gotta go by the system, and you gotta see where you can go on this whatsoever. But regardless, it just looks bad. It looks all bad. And no matter how you spin it, no matter how you flip it, it just, even if he was to come out of this scot-free, it still looks bad. It looks terrible. Down tremendous. Other than that, yesterday, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Sam Darnold was traded for a few picks in the drafts. I think it's 2021, 1/6 in 2021, and a 2022 pick. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, don't quote me. I think it was some picks. I'm not sure which picks, but I think it was some picks. Sam Darnold was traded from the New York Jets to the Carolina Panthers, which I'm proud. Number one, I'm proud for Sam Darnold. He gets into a better organization. New young coach who seems to be proving himself in Joe Brady. On top of that, he has talent around him. Robbie Anderson. Yep, Robbie Anderson, who he's already familiar with from the Jets. Christian McCaffrey. Yes. On the Jets. Yes, on the Panthers. A decent offensive line, and then a great, core of a defense. There's been rumors that Teddy Bridgewater could be traded. He wants to control where he goes, though, which is fair. That's fair. That's a fair assessment. And that's just how that spins. I'm proud of Sam. I'm proud for Sam Darnold. Sorry, because he doesn't have to work under the pressure of New York. There's a lot of pressure in that media market. There's a lot of rage in that media market. If you don't win, if you don't succeed, if it even looks like you're just a little bit successful, the media will crush you. It's suffocating on its sports teams. New York Mets, Brooklyn Nets, New York Knicks, New York Rangers, the New York Jets. It's suffocating on its teams, and it's suffocating on every team, from hockey to basketball to baseball to football. It's so suffocating, and it's really good. It's really good for Sam Darnold to get out of that market, play for a team like Carolina. They've been to a few Super Bowls before. In my lifetime, I've never seen them win a championship, but they've been to a few Super Bowls before. And I like to see him go to an actual grown-up head coach. Because I don't know what Adam Gase is, but that guy needs to be arrested. Arrested. How he's duping these football teams to get millions of dollars to do nothing, be absolute trash product on the field. And most people, they come at me, Johvin, bro, you're too why are you so angry at him all the time? Because he's sitting there and he's wasting talent. It's worse than what's the one? What's the one? He used to be the Cowboys coach. Jason Garrett. He's worse than Jason Garrett to me. Because at least with Jason Garrett, you were getting the talent. You were getting, he could actually call plays, and he knew what he was doing, and he knew how to coach his guys up, even though sometimes it would lead to a loss. So that's that. Adam Gase didn't know how to lead men, and he kept becoming a head coach. Why? A head coach of a football team? Why? Why was he ever a coach to begin with? I don't understand how you can even become a coach and run Ryan Tannehill into the ground in Miami. Have a backup coach in Dan Campbell do a lot better than you. What? Miami Dolphins players and fans wanted Dan Campbell to stay in Miami over their head coach, Adam Gase. Then you go to the Jets and it's the Jets. Hey, we're gonna get this together. We're gonna get it right this time. So you get Sam Darnold, and a young talent. He's ready to play. He's ready to bring whatever to the table, and the whole mono thing that's on Sam Darnold himself. But I digress on that one. But then you go back, and it's just bad play after bad play after injury after injury. Then the GM is trading away assets. You almost go 0-16 for another season, only to be the worst coach in one of the worst coaches in history. And then they just fire you, which they should have did. They waited until after the season. I would have fired him in the middle of the season. Because then you knew for a fact, hey, we're going to move in a different direction. But then it was so weird watching you win a game. What did you go 0 for 14 and then decide we're going to start winning now? What? I'm a Lions fan. Why do coaches act like this? You thought that this was the best idea? Why would you do this? This is the worst. No. The season is over by 0-14, 0-13, 0-12. It's over by then. What are you going to win 4 games and then be like, We'll just ruin our draft stock. Why would you do that? Here comes this generational talent in Trevor Lawrence, and you decide, hey, we're just going to win this game. So now you can have all this confusion about Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson. That was the weirdest part to me. Why? You know. That was the weirdest part to me. According to NFL.com, Daniel Jeremiah, which is going to go through the whole top 10 mock draft after that trade. Sam Darnold is not on the Jets anymore, so they're definitely taking a quarterback at number 2. Jacksonville, no-brainer, Trevor Lawrence, duh. Pick number 2, Zach Wilson to the Jets. Then Mac Jones to the Niners, Trey Lance to the Falcons. Cincinnati gets Kyle Pitts. Miami Dolphins get Jamar Chase. Detroit Lions, my Detroit Lions, get Justin Fields. Carolina Panthers get Rashawn Slater. Denver gets Penei Sewell. And Dallas gets Kwity Paye. Is it Paye? Oh, I thought it was Payne. All right. So that's just the top 10. I'm going to go down the list and just talk about every team. Duh. You're not choosing Trevor Lawrence, if that makes any sense. You're not going to not choose. Okay. One of those 2 sentences makes the most sense. For Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville, one of the best overall talents I've ever seen as a quarterback in college football. Has won a national championship already. Only lost like a handful of times. Like I think he only lost like 3 games. I could be wrong on that. But yeah. Then you go Zach Wilson. Clearly, you're going to pick up a quarterback. I don't know. Like Zach Wilson, I've watched a few of his highlights. He seems like he's a really good player. It was kind of out of the blue. I don't know how he just shot up draft boards. How did you shoot up draft boards like this? That's the most wild part. So, what's up? Nothing. Live on YouTube. What? You just wanted to be in the camera, didn't you? Yes, you do, because you're walking over here. What's up? Nothing? Okay. I'm so they would be able to hear you if you start talking anyway. So you slamming the door too to help. Huh? They won off good defense and that one player who looked like Donovan Mitchell, and his last name is also Mitchell. I don't know if he's related. There's no relation. What's up? I'm so dead. I bet on them too. Yeah, I bet on Baylor, and I had won like a couple dollars though. I bet the over on that game, and that was disappointing. I don't know why. That's my cousin. Huh? I mean, I had a few people watch. I've been on for an hour, so I'm just talking about the draft now. Oh, nice. That's good. That's good. That's my cousin. A junior. You in high school now? Nice. 9th grade? Fresh meat. They be saying that to you, though. Yeah. Nah, fresh meat. Fresh meat. Terrible. Terrible. Some of them didn't. No, they did graduate. They had a whole graduation and everything. It was just socially distanced and all that because of the pandemic. Huh? That's wild. That's
it's 5th grade graduation, 8th grade, 12th grade.
no, that's wild.
I didn't get to do my graduation.
No, that's wild. That's no. San Francisco traded up to number 3 to get Mac Jones. Why would you get Mac Jones? Mac Jones? His best, I mean, I understand that his best season was this past season and his best season, but he had 2 really good receivers, and it's Alabama. It's Alabama. When is it not ever Alabama? Alabama wins the national championship if not every year, then every few years. Every couple years. Could be every other year, but it's whatever. So yeah. Then Trey Lance to the Atlanta Falcons, which I heard Atlanta's trying to trade out of that 4th pick. Kyle Pitts to Cincinnati. They need your best quarterback prospect in years since the Red Rifle, or whatever weird name with his red hair that you want to call him. Red Rifle, Red Engine. I don't know what they used to call. They used to call Andy Dalton, starter for the Chicago Bears. Hey, that is so terrible. They could not get one good quarterback. Why would you get Kyle Pitts though? They need offensive line help, so get offensive line help. Don't get a weapon for. Why would you get a tight end? Why would you get a tight end? That's confusing. I don't know. In Miami, they need weapons, so Jamar Chase makes sense. Justin Fields to Detroit. I mean, the Lions could go any direction with that pick. You can get a receiver, you can get a lineman, you can get a linebacker, you can get a defensive end, you can get a corner, because the Lions have a lot of needs because a lot of people left. But I don't understand why Justin Fields, who should go Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. Why it would go Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and then Justin Fields. I don't understand it. I don't get it. That's weird. That's the weirdest thing. That's got to be the weirdest. Carolina gets an offensive lineman, of course, to help Sam Darnold. Denver gets an offensive lineman when they clearly need a quarterback. I don't know why they would get an offensive lineman, but okay. And then Dallas gets an edge rusher because they need defense bad. They could also get Patrick Surtain, so on and so forth. We can go on from 11 on. New York Giants get Devontae Smith. Philly gets Patrick Surtain. Los Angeles Chargers get J.C. Horn. Minnesota gets Jalen Phillips. New England gets Micah Parsons. Arizona gets Jalen Waddle. Las Vegas Raiders get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Sorry if I butchered that. My bad. Miami gets Gregory Rousseau. Washington gets Elijah Vera Tucker. Chicago gets Greg Newsome. If I'm Chicago, I would trade up for a quarterback. Weird that you wouldn't do that. Don't know why you wouldn't do that. Let's see. If I was Denver, I would trade up for a quarterback. If I was New England, I would trade up for a quarterback. If I was Washington, I would trade up for a quarterback. Chicago, I'd trade up for a quarterback. Pittsburgh, I'd trade up for a quarterback. New Orleans, I'd trade up for a quarterback. I think that's it at that point. Just rounding out the mock draft. Go back. No one told you to do that. Indianapolis, Christian Darrisaw. Tennessee, Caleb Farley. Sorry. New York gets Aziz Ojulari. Pittsburgh gets Tevin Jenkins. Jacksonville gets Trevon Moehrig. Cleveland gets Jamin Davis. Baltimore gets Jason Owe. New Orleans gets Asante Samuel. Green Bay gets Landon Dickerson. Buffalo gets Joe Tryon. Kansas City gets Calvin Joseph. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get Elijah Moore. Just going over that entire 10 to I think it was like 32, my bad, or 11 to 32. Devontae Smith to New York makes sense. They bolster an already really good offense. You get Devontae Smith. You got Kenny Galladay. You got Saquon Barkley. You got Evan Ingram. You got Daniel Jones. That's more weapons with a really good offensive line and a budding defense that could be a really dangerous team next year. Philly get Patrick Surtain. They rebuild their defense after trading away Carson Wentz to the Colts. That's a good move for them. That's a really good move for them. That's a good move for them. And it helps out Darius Slay as well. Los Angeles Chargers get J.C. Horn. They lost a few corners, I think, this year on the Chargers. They also have a huge hole at left tackle. But I think that's a decent pickup. Minnesota Vikings get Jalen Phillips, edge rusher. That's a good move because you could lose Hunter. So that's a really good move for them. New England, one of the teams I said should move up for a quarterback, and Michael Parsons. But weird that you wouldn't trade up for a quarterback and you would just stay put and get another linebacker. I believe in Cam Newton. Cam Newton should be a starter. I feel like he needs to work on his shoulder and his mechanics a little bit to see where he is. Because it hasn't been the same since that Super Bowl run. So we'll see what he does after that. Jalen Waddle, Arizona. I mean, that really helps out Jalen Waddle, Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, and a few others. That's a really good pickup for them. That's a really good pickup. Vegas gets another linebacker with Yannick Ngakoue and Max Crosby. You pull another linebacker from Notre Dame. That should bolster your defense and help you get a few wins in the future. Gregory Rousseau, edge rusher. Already really good Miami defense. You bring in another edge rusher, bolster that. Washington football team, that's another team that should move up for a quarterback. Get Elijah Vera Tucker. I'm really confused on that one. You should bolster your line to kind of protect your quarterback, but at the same time, I really don't see why you wouldn't just try to at least attempt to move up for a quarterback. Because Ryan Fitzpatrick is good, not dissing Ryan Fitzpatrick, but don't think that he's the long-term solution for that football team. That's problematic. Greg Newsome, cornerback, Chicago Bears. Andy Dalton is not. He should not be your starting quarterback. Hey, you on your own, Chief. I mean, we in the same division, so whatever that is, you just do that. Plus, you got to get somebody to replace Kyle Fuller, so that makes sense. Colts getting offensive tackle, bolster line. You just got Carson Wentz, really good offense, so on and so forth. That makes sense to get him. Caleb Farley, cornerback. Yes. That's all I got. Aziz Ojulari for the New York Jets. Yes, that's another new coach, a defensive coach, Robert Saleh. You just get defensive talent, and that's who he has to work with. Pittsburgh, Tevin Jenkins, offensive line help. I really think they need to address their quarterback situation because Ben Roethlisberger is Ben Roethlisberger. That's all I got to say on that. Cleveland. I'm sorry. Skip Jacksonville. Trevon Morig, safety, TCU. Yeah, you gotta pull some more defensive players, Jacksonville. Just saying. Cleveland, Jamin Davis, linebacker. Yeah, also defense. Yeah, make the defense more stingy, more selfish. Try to compete. That's a great pickup. Baltimore Ravens, Jason Owe. He's another edge rusher from Penn State. That's a good pickup as well. You gotta bolster all your defense. Shut up. Asante Samuel, New Orleans, quarterback, Florida State. It's a good pickup as well. Yeah, that's a good pickup for them. Because you lose a lot of defensive players, especially with the cap crunches that New Orleans has had for this season. So yeah, Green Bay gets a center, Landon Dickerson. Yep. Corey Linsley went to the Chargers, so in comes another center from Alabama. That's a really good pickup. Edge rusher from Washington, Joe Tryon to Buffalo. Bolster defense. Kansas City cornerback Kelvin Joseph bolsters the defense. Tampa Bay Elijah Moore, wide receiver. If Antonio Brown leaves, which I don't think he will, but he could. With another playmaker with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. So far, most of the picks are really good. Some head scratchers. That's just a mock draft. That's not my mock draft. I don't make mock drafts. I just react to other people's mock drafts. That's all I do. Just react to them. Wow. It is now an hour and 17 minutes. I think I'm going to end it here. What a show. We talked about a lot. We went up and down and left and right. We went a little back and forth. We did what we were supposed to accomplish, and we did everything. Thanks for tuning in, even if you were here for a few seconds or here for the whole show. I really appreciate it. I'm just starting off. This is my first episode, so we'll see what happens next week. I'll bring it to y'all next week, and we'll talk again, because we will talk again. I'm gonna do this again, so we will talk again. Yeah, that's all I got on that. My name is Johvin Canada. Thank you for watching Sportslogic Live, and I am a guy just trying to keep your mind on sports. See you next week.